I know I'm probably just being so dramatic and annoying, but this is my first job, like my first 9-to-5 job after college, and I'm in person, and I'm commuting in the city, and it takes me forever to get there. There's no way I'm going to be able to afford living in the city right now, so that's off the table. Like, if I was able to walk to work, and it'd be fine, but I'm not. So it literally takes me, like, I leave here, like, I get on the train at 7:30, and I don't get home till, like, 6:15 earliest, and then, like, I don't have time to do anything. I want to shower, eat my dinner, and go to sleep. I don't have time or energy to cook my dinner either. Like, I don't have energy to work out. Like, that's out the window. Like,
oh, boo-hoo.
I'm so upset. Oh my god. Nothing to do with my job at all, but just, like, the 9-to-5 schedule in general is crazy. Being in the office 9 to 5, like, if it was remote, you get off at 5, and you're home, and everything's fine. But, like, I'm not home. It takes me long to get home, and, like, people that drive to the office, like, you don't get off at 5, and I know it could be worse. I know I could be working longer, but, like, I literally get off, it's pitch black, like, I don't have energy. How do you have friends? Like, how do you have time to, like, meet, like, a guy? I don't know. Like, how do you have time for, like, dating? Like, I don't have time for anything, and I'm, like, so stressed out, and I'm also getting my period, so that's why I'm all emotional, but, like, am I so dramatic? It's fine.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
I just finished my first full week at a 9-to-5 job. And I'm finna crash out because this can't be the rest of my life. I'm just, like, not ready. Like, I barely lived. Like, I feel like my life is over. I feel like my life is over. Like, I feel like no days off. No days off.
It's none of my business.
PTO? What are you talking about? Wait. What are you talking about? There's a limit. There's a limit to how many days off I get. What are you talking about? Like, stop. And I am not a morning person. I am not a morning person. The nighttime is my time to relax, but I can't even have the nighttime to myself because I will literally be dead in the morning. So, like, I have to, like, cosplay this put together girl. Like, it's not me. Like, I've never been her and I never wanted to be her. Why am I being forced to be her? Like, who goes to bed at 8 p.m.?
You serious?
Who? Like, what 20-year-old do you know that goes to bed at 8 p.m., bro? But if I don't, I will literally be a zombie in the morning. Like, I can't anymore. Like, I can't. It's only been 1 week. The lady next to me, she's been there for 16 years. And I can't take anymore. I'm not in the mood. Like, leave me alone, please. And I had to get a Frappuccino just to feel something. Like, I feel like I'm being bonded by chains. I bet prison is more freeing than this. How the hell do people fall in love and get married and have kids and do this? Like, why? Why would you do that to yourself? Why? I'm done. Now I get midlife crises. Now I get it. I refuse. Peter Pan, come pick me up. I'm ready.
Stop it. Get some help.
This is the most humbled I've ever felt in my life. I'm literally holding resumes, a stack of them, so that I can go in person to places and say, are you guys hiring? It's honestly a little bit embarrassing.
I don't think so.
Because I'm literally applying for, like, minimum wage jobs. And some of them are being like, we're not hiring. And it's like, what? This is not what I expected. I graduated college with 2 degrees in communications and acting. I speak 3 languages. Oh, this sucks. Like, I just want to be a TikToker if I'm being so real with you. But I can't be delusional anymore. Like, I literally need to make money. So, I'm just gonna keep trying.
But that's simply not possible.
The CEO, he announced of all the hiring for all the new pilots that are coming up this year, all the hiring for the new pilots, the main focus is going to be diversity. What? Diversity? Not the best pilots you can find? The ones with the most hours of experience? Haven't you done it before? Nope, diversity. I don't know about you, but I'm sick and tired of flying all the time with these white pilots landing safely and on time. Boring.
I cannot stand how the news has been dogging Gen Z and calling them lazy for not wanting to work a 9-to-5 for the rest of their lives. Let me put it in perspective for everybody who's a little confused here, okay? I work 5 days out of the week, 40 hours a week, okay? I do not make enough to live on my own. I would not make enough to pay rent, water, electric, and eat.
It's none of my business.
All by myself. I would not be capable of doing that. 20 years ago when you were getting started, you could live on your own. 20 years ago when you first started, you were able to do everything that I am now struggling to do. Let me add another perspective here. You've been working for 20 years. You have 20 years of working experience behind your belt. You have 20 years of experience in a career that has allowed you to gain raises, to get more money, to profit you in an economy that you created. You can sit here and you can call Gen Z lazy all you want, but I've been working my tail end off just to barely make it by. And respectfully, I don't want to do that for the rest of my life. I don't want to work my tail end off, wasting all of my life working just to barely be able to pay my bills.
Oh, boo-hoo.
And that is what you created, not Gen Z. We're just here getting started. You've been doing it for the last 20 years. You tell me how it got ruined. We can sit here and we can call Gen Z lazy all you want, but you let the economy turn into what it did. You let it all run to hell. And now it's Gen Z's fault because we don't want to work to fix your mistakes.
We do not care.
2 = 4. Agree or disagree?
I mean, it depends on what the 2 is. Is it a pregnant mom? Is it 2 pregnant moms? Because that's more. So everything is not as simple.
I mean like math.
Just like 2 pencils plus 2 pencils. Is that what we're talking?
Yeah, like the number
2 plus the number 2
plus the number 2.
I would say for the most part, yes.
What do you mean for the most part?
Like I said, there's some variations but the thing is, even that is a flawed concept because it's that pencil is billions of atoms that are vibrating. So we've come to call it one pencil, but it's actually however many atoms vibrating on the same frequency to make this appearance, this optical illusion that this is a pencil.
With all due respect, what the are you talking about?
I really just don't know what the I'm going to do when I graduate. And anytime I talk to my parents, both of which are boomers, they're like, stop having such high expectations. Also, I don't want to see any comments about, well, you should have majored in computer science or you should have majored in medicine. I think that if you go to college, you deserve to be able to make enough to live comfortably. I think if you don't go to college, you should be able to make enough to live comfortably. Regardless your major, regardless if you chose to go to college or not, you deserve to live comfortably.
What do you mean by that?
So anyone who says that your path to success should have looked differently, they're probably just not able to conceptualize the reality of today's job market and the reality of how much it costs to go to school nowadays. I'm about to graduate in May. A lot of the conversations I've been having with my parents lately have been surrounding what I'm going to do when I graduate, where I'm going to go. So my mom works for a company that's just like huge. And she said something to me yesterday that makes a lot of sense in regards to why it's so hard to find a job. Or even to find a salary right now that would be livable as someone who's like fresh out of college. She said that a lot of the people who are in charge of hiring there commonly say things like, college grads expect way too much, or I didn't have that much when I graduated. Then she says, yeah, when I first started, I made $36,000. And I was like, $36,000 today or $36,000 in 1980? So she made $36,000 starting off entry-level bank teller in 1980. Right now, out of college, I want to make $24 an hour. That would put me at $50,000 a year.
But that's simply not possible.
Which is equivalent to having a $16,500 salary in 1982. So I did some research. The average college grad in 2022 was making $55,260. In 1982, the average college grad was making $102,200 right out of college. So today, $26.50 an hour is 1982's $49 an hour. So this sentiment being held by boomers of, oh, well, they're just expecting too much. I just don't think they know what numbers they're talking about. Like, I think in their head, they're like, oh, I made $36,000 in 1980 and you're asking for $50,000 now? So then I dug a little deeper, started looking at housing, apartments. In 2022, the median selling price for a single family house was $507,800. In 1980, that same price is equivalent to today's $223,202. In 2022, the average rent for a one-bedroom apartment was $1,900. In 1982, that same number was equivalent to today's $737. Like, I actually think that boomers just can't conceptualize how vastly different these numbers are. And I think boomers just have such a hard time conceptualizing this because they never had to fight for jobs. They were at the upswing of technology. They were at the upswing of big business. Capitalism was booming. And then they look at us and they're thinking, entitled.
It's an evil world we live in.
Please stop telling me to get a 9-to-5. I don't want to work for these companies. And these companies really don't be hiring. I done put in like so many applications. Ain't one call back. But they got a note in their window saying they're hiring. I want to make music. Do you guys know a job that pays you for your music? That's what I want to do.
Why don't you get a job?
I'm not going to be a robot. I'm not going to die 80 years old, putting 20 years out of a job that could fire me in a drop of a dime. I want a luxurious lifestyle, something that I never had. There's so much money to be made on earth, and the fact that so many people are seeing so little, it really gets depressing. I have to have prep talks like this with myself every morning because being a substitute teacher, I hate this job. I don't hate the kids. I hate the job. I don't want to teach. I want to make music. Like, what do y'all know a job for that? I see why girls become I used to talk hella smack about this. If your man want to pay to see something, it is what it is.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I'm literally 6 months into my first corporate job and I already want to quit. I work 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. Actually, no, it's more like 8 to 5. And sometimes it's like 5 to 5. I'll be going through my work week and then by the time it gets to Friday, I'm just so exhausted to the fact where like I can't do anything on the weekend anymore. Something needs to change in this like work culture because like this is not cutting it. Because I'm not going to go through my entire life working for like 40 years and then like I wake up one day and I think about it and I'm like, wow, it's been 40 years and I've done literally nothing. The only caveat with quitting this job is that I will not have any money.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
I'm just so sick of like the 9-to-5 corporate America. And the thing is, I just got here. I'm 2 years in and I'm already over it. Like the politics, the climbing up the ladder, the people in the room telling you have to work like extra hard to just make it up to the next level. But this whole thing of like, we spend 40 hours of the week at work just to survive in corporate America and then survive in America and then just survive. Like, I'm so over this. Like, I have a strong, like, urge to live abroad.
I don't think so.
Do you know what a lot of people don't talk about? The fake urgency in corporate America. Because why do we feel like we're diffusing bombs? You literally asked for a spreadsheet an hour ago and now you're doing a just circling back email. Susan, calm down. HR, I'm not a doctor. You know, like nothing is urgent.
Huh? I believe I'm saying this, but I've recently resigned from my 9-to-5 corporate job that I was in for about 1.5 years and I hated it. So here's 4 things I learned about the corporate world in my 1.5 years of. For one, what the is with all these silent rules and expectations. Like the expectation that you'll come in early and stay back late, but like no one talks about it. It's just like expected. You're paying me till 5 p.m. I'm sorry. I'm out of here at 5 on the dot, babe. Also the expectation to like arrive 10 to 15 minutes early. It takes me literally 30 seconds to turn on my computer. As long as I'm at my desk doing my work at 8:30 when I start, why the f does it matter if I'm there 10 minutes early? I will be at my desk at 8:30 till 5 and I will have a 1-hour lunch break where I will leave the office and that's that.
Relax.
Okay, number 2, dressing up in cute corporate girly fits is like the biggest novelty for like the first few weeks and then it wears off very, very quickly when you realize that you're trapped in an office all day, staring at a screen, talking to people that you don't like. Number 3 is that it's actually really exhausting and draining and I know some people would like be like it's an office job, you're sitting at a desk all day. And while it's not physically draining, it is mentally and emotionally exhausting. Seriously, staring at a screen for 8 hours a day, like I literally had to go get an eye test because like I started getting these little like dust particle things that like fly around in my eye and it still happens now and it only started when I started looking at a screen every single day. The 4th and final thing that I learned is that the 9-to-5 lifestyle is like I will never go back to a full-time 9-to-5 corporate job. It's like the worst way to live your life. Like you literally just wake up, go to work, come home, make dinner, go to sleep, go to work, repeat. Like 2 days a week and they go by instantaneously, and then you're back at work in a job that you don't like. I feel like if you like your job, maybe it's better. So yeah, that's everything I learned in my 1.5 years of being a corporate girly in my first big girl job out of uni, and it wasn't amazing. So I'm really glad I did my degree.
Are you delusional? Do you suffer from a mental illness? Do you think you do?
I do not want to work in corporate America anymore. Like, I just want to go get a little retail job that I don't care about and just have enough money to pay the bills and do what I want. Like, I don't need to climb the ladder. Like, working in corporate is not it. I've worked for 4 different major banks in different departments, and I just don't like it. Like, when I worked at Capital One, I liked the people, but I didn't like the work. Like, people think, we're always taught, go to college, you get a job in your field, get a good corporate job with benefits, good pay, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. But the stress, like, waking up and dreading going to work, but you feel like you have to because it's a good job, it's a good pay. Like, I just don't want to deal with it anymore.
I missed the part where that's my problem.
I had less stress working front desk at the Courtyard Marriott, okay? Getting cussed out by people. It was less stress. Like, working in corporate America, it's just a bunch of people who think that their dookie don't stink. And it's just like high school, and they want you to care so much about the job. Like, I just don't want to work in corporate America anymore. And it's just like, it's like, I feel like you're looked down upon. Like, if I were to leave this type of job and like go work, a job that's not, this, advanced, it would be like, people would look at me like, you have a college degree and that's what you're going to do with it? That's beneath you. Like, I don't know. But I don't know, but I do know that this ain't gonna work. And I'm tired of going to work and not liking it.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here.
Corporate America for several years. I kind of bop in and out. And in my humble opinion, corporate speak is the worst thing. I absolutely hate it. I don't get it. I don't like it. I'm good at it. I deal with it, but I don't like it. I think it's... Why can't we just talk regularly with respect? Why do we have to say, oh, just checking in, circling back? What? Nobody says that. And then as soon as you start saying that in real life, it's like, oh, you're a corporate girly. I can see it. I can see it. And also, having been a corporate girly, having not been a corporate girly, like I said, bopping in and out, no one's happy. No one is happy, deep down. So why do we just take away all of the BS and act normal and act real? That would just make everyone more happy. They get to be themselves, their authentic selves. That would be the best way to do it.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
So I wanted to come on here and talk about something that is really starting to annoy me. So I applied for a job at TJ Maxx a few weeks ago, and they denied my application. They couldn't even call me. They just sent me some automated email. So I went in today and I was like, so what was the reason I didn't get hired? And she was like, oh, like, you just, like, don't have enough experience. There was candidates that had, like, more experience than you. And, I asked her if it was about my tattoos, obviously, because I know a lot of places don't like tattoos. She said that wasn't the reason. I don't feel like that's true, but whatever, I'll leave it at that.
Emotional, damn it!